And my name, of course, is Adu. And in a matter of seconds or milliseconds, I will be bringing to the microphone the news editor at large of thenewsguru.com. And he's also the man with the adept and in-depth, shall I say, historical perspective, the knowledge Dropbox walking librarian, and a man with historical facts and, of course, with a fatherly heart as well. But before we get talking about who I am to introduce next, I want to remind you that this conversation is not without your participation. So WhatsApp is where you can join us. The WhatsApp line for the station, 0809 234 5913. In the meantime, you can use that to let us know your thoughts. Lots of things we'll be discussing on the menu today, and would really love to hear you join the conversation. So without further ado, let me welcome and present to some, introduce to others, the man I call Daddy Guru. Good morning to you, Guru.
Good morning, Adu.
Good to be here again and seeing your face.
Yes.
Looking youthful as always.
Last week, Monday, while we came on air, I thank Oluwa Kayode for the good job he did. And I reminded him that last week, Monday, might be the last Monday in the year 2021 that we'll be sharing the air with Guru. Though I equally reminded him that he should not forget that Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be doing the digest together, because by then Adu would have returned. Yeah. And of course, Adu will not be going away so quickly to give him another opportunity in 2021. So we might be seeing him
again in
2022. So you are welcome.
Thank you, Guru.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You are looking
Guru, you're looking like me.
Fitable. Pardon my English, I don't know, by the exigency of the moment, I am carried away because my son is here and is looking fantastic. He's looking valid for foreign exchange transfer. He's looking every way a man chosen of God. The anointing of God upon your head will never dry up.
Amen to that.
Oil of God's mercy shall keep on overflowing regularly.
Amen to that.
And you have nothing to worry about, because Psalm 23 says, He prepared a table for me in the presence of my enemies. So nobody will be able to stop that which God has given to you. Because when He opens a door, nobody closes it. Nobody. Let me not use the word nobody. Nothing. No power in heaven and earth in the universe that can close it. So He prepared a table for you in the presence, and His anointing upon your head is overflowing. Look, as long as you fear God and walk with Him, the starting point from you might even be starting from the sky.
Wow.
Yes. And so shall it be. In the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen to that.
You are welcome.
My head is sweating.
How is your wife?
She's beautiful as always.
Yes, of course. She will be looking more beautiful, because for you to have ended up having this much.
My bank account is, I'm not sure my bank account is looking as beautiful as that.
Look, let me tell you. Behind every well-dressed woman,
yes,
there is a man's pocket that is leaking.
Oh, okay.
The saying had always
in this scenario,
behind every successful man, there is a woman.
Behind
every well-dressed woman, there is a man's pocket that is leaking.
You were talking from experience.
Oh, of course.
Wow.
Of course.
In-depth experience.
I haven't been in the business for going to 45 years now. I have been married for that. Short. Adu, you are welcome.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you.
You are really welcome. Don't forget about your bank accounts. Whatever happens to your bank account is an investment into tomorrow.
Yes.
So forget about it. I will not even be surprised if the whole account is liquidated. Yes, listeners, you are welcome. This is Adu and the Guru. You are welcome to this hour that every one of us will be waiting for. And here we are. And of course, you had a voice. First of all, you had clapping of hands. Then you have a voice talking. That is Adegboyega. Adedeji. Adegboyega. That is my son, whom we met for the first time October 4th.
Yes.
That today, exactly 21 days ago, we met for the first time. But it's my son. He's joining me in the studio today because he's the #1 patron of Friends of the Guru. Etakibuebu is one of the patrons. Then you have Dan Ladi Ahmed as another patron. Then you have Mrs. Barrister Chinyere Elisha as the matron to complete the assignment. So just here to spend some time with me. For those of you who are members of the group, Friends of the Guru, and for those of you who are my followers that are not yet friends, for those of you who are my listeners that are not yet friends of the Guru, prepared. Because Etakibuebu, he's smiley there now, but the smiley has it's most likely to have a question mark if it's properly probed. Because he's preparing the ground to bury the father-in-law. The burial of the father-in-law shall be part of the mass pocket that will be leaking. So, but we shall come to him later. But from time to time, I will throw words to him, and he's here to carry out an assignment. We shall come fully with him later. So you are welcome once again. Now, today, historical perspective. I might not be able to release it as I intended because of evaluations of situations. One, the historical perspective, which I will reserve for next week, is going to tell you about the performances of Obafemi Awolowo and how he opened up Nigeria, not only Western region alone, how he opened up Nigeria. And those things he did without oil money. Without oil money. Those things he did. The University of Ibadan. We know what it occupied. The Cocoa House was the tallest house in the country at the time. Everything, the television was first television in Africa. The radio fusion, radio established in villages so that it will stop the migration of people from the rural area to the urban area, was first in the whole of Africa. The 6 farm settlements, I've had the privilege of visiting the 6 farm settlements 3 times in my lifetime. So even if I depart, I'm not departing yet. Nobody should be afraid of that. If I depart today, I have the knowledge of those 6 farms. It was an idea he imported from Israel. The silos and everything for preservation remain in those locations till today. If you look at the story of Obafemi Awolowo development of Western Nigeria, which prompted some of his equals, but he became first among equals in service delivery. But which prompted some of his equals to say, this man is doing this much, we will do this. I think it's for this reason that Odumegwu Ojukwu, when they say he passed away, that is Obafemi Awolowo, he got there and he signed the condolence register, the best president Nigeria never had. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, but because of more explanation that will go into Kogi State, the 20 billion, and the introductory part of the story of the Pandora Papers, which named few Nigerians. Stella Odua, the minister, who was able to package 5 billion Nigerian naira, change the 5 billion Nigerian naira to whatever currency, but most, I think, pounds, and travel down to London with the money, cash, and pay and bought a house, and paid 5 billion Nigerian naira. Odua is there. I think she's in the Senate. Historical perspective last week, I brought those destroying Nigeria. Where are they? Senate. This, Senate. Guje was there. All of them. Theophilus Oji, Kalu Oji, this. She's there. 5 billion naira, the madam was able to gather it in cash, turned it, let me use the layman's language, turned it into pounds, carry the pounds in either bucket or anything, entered London and paid cash for house. Or is it our governor? The honorable, all of them are honorable. There is none of them that is dishonorable. All of them are honorable. Oyetola of Osun State, as a sitting governor, purchased a house. Of course, Nigeria. I don't know anywhere apart from my village, so I don't know anywhere. Purchase a house that costs and other processes have made possible for Nigeria to retrieve back from another top official that stole money from Nigeria to buy that house. What's the name of that top Nigeria? I don't know the name. Nobody should remind me, please, because I wouldn't know the name. Don't try to remind me, I wouldn't know the name. And bought it. No declaration, nothing. And they use processes of foreign account. And it is a common practice of the law that when you are in government services in Nigeria, you stop operating foreign account. And you just have to declare all what you have.
That's the basis for the declaration form.
Yes.
Then Oyetola, either he gave it as a gift to Ahmed Bola Tinubu Asiwaju, or he said, sir, there's no doubt they are related somewhere. They are bloodly related somewhere. Or said, sir, he'll be fitting something for you or for me. But that was the house Ahmed Bola Tinubu was sitting in, where the president visited him during this
sojourn in London.
So, just sojourn.
Okay, let me qualify. Medical sojourn.
It is now you are speaking. It is now you are talking like my son. The president went for medical sojourn.
Yes.
I met him on his medical sojourn.
He left his medical bed to go and visit another
medical sojournee.
A man that is most likely, all things being equal, to take over from him. Meaning Nigeria shall be running. Our money shall always be going into foreign countries for that. But that's not the issue now. Oyetola is one of them. We shall be discussing them one after the other. But Baguda has been within the business of for Wara, not today. He was the arrowhead for Abacha when Abacha was head of state. And when Obasanjo came as democratically elected president, he pursued that angle very, very successfully. He dealt with some, including Magaji, the current minister of defense. That one had to reform some money. Officially documented. He's the man that is now appointed to defend us. So the money he took that time that he refunded, who will stop him not making quick to possess his possession back? Obadiah in chapter 1, Obadiah had only one chapter. Verse 17 says, the children of Jacob shall possess their possession. Magaji did not possess his possession back. Baguda then was so clever that there was $100 million that was made available. Because he was saying that Mohammed alone cannot do the whole transaction of refunding the money back. Mohammed, the son of Abasha, the second son of Abasha. Don't forget, the first son of Abasha is Ibrahim Mohammed.
Yes.
That very, very liberalized Nigerian, the tribalized human being, a young man with future, with brain, a man of humility. When he died, the aircraft, you know how many people that went with him, including the girlfriend whom he was proposing to marry from Elisha. Baguda had been sitting on money. Not today. The Pandora Papers, this is the third stage, clearly gave how he hid his money, floating in it. If such man wants to become president of Nigeria tomorrow, he has more than enough to buy Nigeria as an estate before coming to tell them that, can I be the chairman of the Estate Residents Association? And he will become. Then, the Ikubet acting managing director of the Nigeria Post Authority.
Billy Coco?
Yes, sir. Mohammed. Let me put it on record. You have the right to keep your money anywhere. But this money in these offshore accounts, the accounts operated more by share in some God-given places. The Jersey, this thing in America, the
British Virgin Islands.
The British Virgin Islands, there are few. There is one that is not rapidly being managed. They call Isle of Man in the United Kingdom. Isle of Man is 45 minutes flight from Gatwick or Heathrow. You access Isle of Man by two means, either by air or by sea. The train services in Isle of Man is suspended when the winter is coming in because the breeze will be too heavy. It will move it off the track. Isle of Man has its headquarters at Douglas, which is also the headquarters of Bankless Bank International Banking System, where money money stolen from all over the world is being warehoused. If you enter Isle of Man, or you come to Douglas, which is the headquarters, let me put it this way. Isle of Man has a parliament of its own. It has its own pounds, which is equivalent of the GBP, the Great Britain pound. It has its own pounds. It has its own parliament. But it is within the United Kingdom. Or Great Britain, whatever you want to call it. When you get there with whatever money, if you can move bags of money like Odua Stella, because I will still meet this lady. She's a very, very beautiful lady, Odua Stella. You know, she has this shining body. I will still meet her to teach me the act of moving money without being detected. If you move it into Isle of Man, it's tax-free. It's tax-free, and your money is properly kept for you. So there is nothing wrong for keeping your money, whichever place. But then there is everything wrong in lottery. There is everything wrong, failure to declare, because you'll be escaping taxation. You will pay tax for your country. And of course, there's everything wrong if you're in the services of the government of your country. Because those are things that you will not be declaring. And those are the things that you must not be seen as possessing. You see, justice must not only be done, but must be seen as be done.
Yes.
That clause is more important than just running into that justice must be done. No, must be seen as be done. It is for that reason that jurisprudence will take technically and everything available to make sure that justice is properly disseminated in issues like this. Then the managing director of the Nigeria Post Authority happened to have been in big money ever before he came into government.
While working in the banking sector?
He worked in two banks. One of them he was the one managing the money of Rivers State government under Amechi. It was that made him and Amechi to become paddy,
Close
associates of closest order.
Yes.
That the closeness is so tight that water will have no place to pass through, which eventually led to the opportunity of him becoming executive director, finance and administration of the Nigeria Port Authority.
Yes.
Under Hadiza Bala Osman. But meaning he evaded taxation. He did not pay tax all those years. But that's not the issue. 2017, while sitting as executive director of the Nigeria Port Authority in charge of administration and finance, I repeat it, in charge of finance, he bought, by July, we shall come to all those dates, and he bought another house in London. The address, the worth of the house and everything, we shall come to that. No declaration. And no regrets. He formed 2 companies that moved the money offshore. The 2 companies, he and the wife are the signatories. And he's such a well-respected customer that First Bank qualified him one of our highly respected customers. But First Bank refused to reveal some facts that needed to be revealed to some international organizations that try to probe it to our people. So we have a lot of things. Who will not say now that the historical perspective of Obafemi will give way? But then, I don't know. Are we talking already?
Okay, just for those who are listening, let me just run through the menu so that you don't say, oh, Guru is just dishing out things without knowing what we're eating. All right, so the first is the Pandora's Papers, okay? So we're talking about the inside secret offshore companies, London properties of the acting NPA chief, Bello Koko. That's called
His
from the...
Mohammed Bello Koko.
Okay. Mohammed Bello Koko, so you don't mistake him for another. This is from the Premium Times. Also on the menu, the Gombe State borrowing governor is at it again. That's from The Nation, the TNG. How Boko Haram bandits bombed Abuja Kaduna train despite intel before attacks. That's from the Daily Post. Also on our menu today, how we aborted Obasanjo's third term agenda. Who's speaking? Ken Inamani. Yeah, from the Premium Times as well.
No, don't just say Ken.
Senator Ken.
Okay.
Senator Ken. Honor him.
Okay.
And the man deserves to be honored.
Distinguished Senator Ken Inamani.
For that.
Premium Times. FG blames Nnamdi Kanu for murder of Akunyile's husband, Gulak, and 184 others. And that's from the Punch newspaper. Menu number 6. Unremitted funds. How Buhari's appointees sabotage economy and worsen borrowings. The Punch has that report. And last but not least, touts responsible for hike in passport fees. Who's speaking there? The immigration chief is the one who made that assertion. And that's on the Punch too.
Thank you very, very much. Where do I start from now? Because
there's a lot to...
I have just less than 30 minutes to open the lines. But I will try my very, very best. Now, on Sunday afternoon, that was yesterday afternoon, somebody called me to thank me for my information on the Kogi matter, the 20 billion. But the person told me that you are not getting the information right because EFCC is apologizing to Kogi State government now. I said, could that be true? He said, yes. Sir, don't you know that EFCC has gone to withdraw the case? I said, is that true? He said, yes. He said it means that EFCC was not sure of what it was saying, and that Kogi state government might even be forced to demand a written apology.
But a withdrawal of case does not necessarily mean that the person in the prosecution didn't know what they were saying.
God will bless you. God will bless you. Now, like as I said in my broadcast last night,
Right.
the narration, the continuity of that narration shall still be moved forward, because I will never let the cat out of the bag. But suffice to emphasize it here that Kogi state government, under Yahya Bello, wasn't the first one to receive bailout fund for payment of salaries. Captain Idris, the pilot who was in charge of that state before, demanded and got money. Before...
Yeah, that's Idris Wada.
Idris Wada.
Idris
Wada. Thank you. Now, the total demand was 50 billion.
Okay.
And money had come that was managed by Zenith Bank, UBA, and Access Bank. But none of this went into controversy. It is the 20 billion that Stanley Bank managed that went into controversy. Now, investigation has not attained, and it might not be able to attain the position of indicting the bank, because these banks are very, very clever. And this type of crime are always syndicated. There is always synergy between the regulator and the operator. Not ethically as an open matter, but some individuals that are key members of functionality of those institutions, they have a synergy within themselves. So in this place, nobody is looking at for the bank involved, Stanley Bank. No, because you can't get anything there. The controversy that the account is lodged, the money is placed under what they call mirror account, did not hold. Not the argument that it is eternal, did not hold. The money we are talking was disbursed on July 18, 2019.
Okay.
20 billion. And it came into an account which is 0073572696. No, the account number. Kogi State account number with the bank was 0072969301. After this EFCC had moved into the matter and the revelation made, first and foremost, this account is fixed deposit account, which is different from loan bailout account. And if you put money in fixed deposit, you know there is interest charge. And the interest charge or the interest chargeable is accruing to somebody.
Definitely.
Either institution or somebody.
Yes.
Please, I'm watching my words, because we have too much to reveal in the coming days that Nigeria will be choked. But as I'm talking to you now, the money had been sent back to CBN minus a fraction. What CBN disbursed to Kogi State that came into the account with Stanley Bank was 20 billion. But what was sent back now
To the CBN.
To CBN became 19 billion 333 million 334,036 kobo. Now, arrangement to move this money to fixed deposit account, the agreement was signed, the authorization was given and signed on behalf of Kogi State government by two people. The Commissioner for Finance, Asiwaju Ashiru Idris. He is the Finance and Economic Development Commissioner. And the Accountant General of Kogi State, Mr. Momo Jubrin. They signed, but it was not dated. The documents at my disposal show that, and for a reason. All those businesses, they don't date them. Probably at a point of total finality, you will start the date, or the lawyers will start the date. The 20 billion, I had told you when it came and how it was fixed. Now, the accruable interest for 10 years would have been only 60 billion for 10 years. But don't forget, this 20 billion was fixed for 20 years. The terminating date or the expiring date of that fixed deposit was 2039. So from 2019 to 2039, how many years is that? You know, Adu, you are my helper. Thank God you are back. You know, I failed my mathematics in the first grade.
That's 20 years.
That's good. That is how many years the money was fixed. Meaning, somebody will be collecting the interest regularly.
Oh, well, this is not new on the Nigerian scene. And let me even bring it close to home. I remember my mom used to be in the government of our state back in the 90s.
Yes.
And there was a similar incident that happened back then. And, you know, when discussing at the meal table, no, not the same state. Okay. At the meal table, when asking and saying, why is such and such being delayed, it was revealed that certain high-level officials collect the monies from the federal government, keep in certain banks, roll it over for a certain period of days. You know, there was a time where there was notoriety with salaries being delayed, pensioners not collecting their pension, workers not getting their remittances. Most of it have been disbursed, but they are kept with banks in similar accounts for a period of 30 days, 60 days, or in some cases, at the extreme, 20 years. And then the interest is accrued to the keepers of the money. And eventually they pay the money. Oh, they've paid us our salary. Glory to God.
Now, the 20 billion naira, this thing is perfectly carried out. We will come to that in subsequent days. The 20 billion is being reflected here and there. When CBN was asked, because the first thing the Kogi State government said that the account I just mentioned where the 20 billion is fixed was not interest generating account, but the CBN was brought in. The CBN said this is interest generating account. You will see 6% somewhere, where 2% of the 6.5%, 2% of it goes somewhere. Then 4.5% of it goes to another place. And you will see how some of the interest generated will be enough of paying the money itself back to the CBN. Because the agreement on that bailout is that monthly, when the federated account, when they are going to share the money, they keep deducting a percentage. And as you deduct the percentage, meaning the loan itself will be dropping, meaning the interest itself will be dropping. Every technicality was deployed to it. But the question is this: what actually happened about this money? That the money is being returned back now. It means everything is not normal. For withdrawal of the case, what happened is this: EFCC applied to a court to hold that money forfeiture to the federal government. The court granted that order. Then the bank wrote to EFCC. We have seen everything. We are not even interested in holding this money anymore. We want to return the money. As part of bargaining, we will return the money to CBN. EFCC agreed. But EFCC had applied to the court, and court order had been granted on it to forfeit. And as such, the bank, Stanley Bank, cannot move the money to CBN as long as remains under court order of forfeiture. So, what the bank did was to ask EFCC, we can't return it to because EFCC said that is true. Then EFCC vacated that order. This is what some people are now saying. Kogi State government they are waiting for apology. They will have apology. Let us see what is going on. Continue. The much I can say here now is that this has not terminated. I am not saying that process of litigation is still on, but I am saying that this has not terminated all processes of litigation on the matter. It has not terminated it at all. But I'm not saying that these are the process that is going on, because I couldn't have seen more than what he found me. So for now, I have a limitation. But these are the facts of the matter. Anyone who has facts to the contrary, like my son who called me yesterday, I told him, you wait and see if there's something. Yeah, it's not as you are being told. Let us.
I'm sure him listening to you now, hearing the technicalities of the case, you will not know that what they have been said outside is not true.
The Pandora Papers inside the secret offshore companies, London properties of NPA chief Bello Koko is put from Premium Times, and there are a lot of investigations. I said that the most unwanted aspect of his story was the house he purchased
whilst he was already executive
in the exclusive area of London. The cost of the house, I will reveal it with time. Some of the houses he purchased between 2010 to 2012, which he sold one or so to make for more money, or when he got money, we'll talk about that, and how he was the one investing for River State, which is not sin, he was doing business, but which brought the harmony of friendship between him and that machine. Then we will then cross over to check what went wrong between the minister and the then managing director of the Nigeria Ports Authority, Hadiza Bala Usman, that led to the termination. In the letter that was read to the public by Shehu Gaba, the letter said the management of Nigeria Ports Authority. And the management of any organization is not limited only to the managing director. More so when you have a board. And the management would include management stars, which are the executive directors. And Koko Bello Muhammad was I'm repeating it again, was the executive director in charge of administration and finance, the biggest two key portfolios. And it is on record that if you move the managing director out, the next biggest person in that organization is the executive director in charge of administration and finance. The indictment letter says management of the Nigeria Ports Authority. But when suspicion came, it picked only the managing director of the Nigeria Ports Authority. Does that mean that the remaining executive director, which three of course, including the executive director, finance and administration, is not a member of the management that is being brought in now to become? And the issue has nothing to do with what the minister, because the minister today is closest to the president, and there is nothing he can do and not do, and it will be covered. And you know those who are close to President Muhammadu Buhari has a way of sleeping over their matters. not bringing them to book. There are many stories in Nigeria that shows that Muhammad Buhari lacked the capacity sometimes of bringing people to books. When it was those who are thwarting this man is out to destroy corruption in Nigeria before corruption kills Nigeria. But it's like nearly every person he appointed to office, they are helping everything to make sure that corruption through the legalized means of order takers have bury Nigeria in unceremonious graveyard faster. So Amechi could do everything. But we will reveal it with time that one of the important things that crashed the relationship was the $3.9 million got it from China to build a deep sea port in Warri. Things went wrong. That the Nigeria Ports Authority wrote against the type of port that the Chinese want to build in Warri. A port that was less than about 7 feet draft. No, they said no. This cannot work. In the modern world, we make position for heavy cargo vessels. And if that is the case, we expect a port that will draw social draft. And the ministry was in connivance with the Chinese. And the ministry said, it is what they bring for us that we will take. And something happened. I have it on authority of record that the Nigeria Ports Authority wrote against that type of port. And with the Nigeria Ports Authority writing such a letter or saying no to a joint meeting of everyone, where the minister was sitting, it became an stumbling block to that process to go ahead. And this was the last straw that broke the camel or horse.
No, camel's back.
Oh, camel back, not
you don't
chicken
break
back.
the horse.
Okay.
You can't break the horse. The horse has horsepower. It's the camel.
Right, so this was it. But all this had to be hidden. Please, I'm saying this and I will repeat it again. I've said it before. I will never stand here to defend the integrity that somebody, a public officer in Nigeria, is not culpable. Neither would I stand here to defend the integrity of Hadiza Bala Osman to say that, oh, that woman is clean, is a saint. No. It's not. I will never. I'm not saying that I have such properties. No, but she couldn't, given the atmosphere with other which she operated as managing director.
She find herself.
But we should be able to get the truth that it was because of this, so that the rabbit that ate the kernel should be responsible for the belly, not the hay. So we shall come to that. And so, therefore, when Koko Bello Mohammed was Bello Koko was picked, it was nothing new to the initiated, because it was a relationship established back where he managed River State money under Amechi.
Wow.
We are not going to probe into that, but the facts are on ground. And we may not, unless if one is forced to go to the archives and bring that.
This is deep.
The Gombe State borrowing governor is at it again. I think I will skip that. How Boko Haram bandits bombed the Abuja Kaduna train despite intel before attack. There is intelligence report that came from our security agencies that there will be bombing. There will be bombing of the train leaving Abuja. And the fact, the intelligence report mentioned the specific train station that will be up, that the bombing will be planted. But as usual with many Nigerian distance, nobody took it. Don't forget, the Nigeria intelligence community is one of the best in the whole world. That things they revealed are not being used should not be a blame upon them. But of course, for the global citizenry of this country, we are easily concluding that, why is it that they don't even know and we pay them money? No. What's the name of the Minister for Digital Economy and Communication?
Issa Pantami. Issa Pantami.
Issa
Pantami.
There was a dummy report on his jihadist tendency put together by the Nigerian security community. But did any person touch it? Did any person work with it? The Senate that ought to override the executive by saying, this is a report we have of the man. Mr. President, this man is recorded. The Senate went incommunicado, slept over the rights of all Nigerians. They did not mention it. So this bombing, which the Nigerian Railway first of all denied, and the managing director of the Nigerian Railways, let me, if that is relating, I will read from his statement. Let me read it out.
Thank God there was a senator on board.
On board a train?
Yes.
Well, I even thought that you were going to talk about the fact that the trains are now back in business today after the dreaded blast.
If not for the senator that was on board, I don't think we will hear anything about the news.
For example, the managing director of the spokesman for the Nigerian Railway Corporation blame hoodlums for the attack. The managing director, Fedet Ohiria, called it an act of vandalism. This is wrong message to the public, and it is entirely misleading. It was an act of vandalism. It wasn't anything that has to do with hoodlums. It was nothing purely but terrorism. Because a report of the security I was mentioning had gone to see this. In July, security agencies were informed that bandits were attending training conducted by Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa province. Several bandits traveled from Zamfara State to attend drills in terrorist hideouts in Borno State, the Nigerian Immigration Services revealed. A memo titled Movement of Armed Bandits from Zamfara to Borno for initiating Boko Haram training was signed by ACG Usman Auna. The intelligence report conveyed with reference number NIS, that is Nigerian Immigration Services, /HQ/CGI, Controller General of Immigration, /943, revealed everything. But nobody went to work with it. So, thank God.
Cast your mind back to the Dapchi girls.
You want to go back there?
No, I'm just saying. There have been
because
antecedents.
I wouldn't want you to refresh my memory on some risky
antecedents to information being available and not being acted upon.
Now, but thank God, the first one was done in the night. Then they planted the device that will explode, which exploded. But luckily, the train was able to travel about 7 kilometers to the next station, which now aborted the plans of the terrorists. I don't know. Terrorists should be the right language. Now the 36 speakers of 36 states of House of Assembly I told the president that call them terrorists. Now, they call them bandits. I don't know. They call them whether they are or no government. I wouldn't know. Whether whatever they are, I wouldn't know. So it was well arranged. It was terrorism, but we thank God. Now the announcement this morning is that all the security agencies have been involved in monitoring Namkanko. We believe it. It leads to a question: when shall Buhari declare the bandits terrorists? As Boko Haram insurgents be declared terrorists, You have any memory of that, Adu?
By the international community.
No, by the Nigerian government.
No, I don't think so.
We are talking of Nigerian government. We are talking about the international community.
It's only IPOD that have been declared a terrorist group.
All right. Adu. Tax responsible for hike in passport fees, says immigration officer. No, is it immigration officer or immigration chief? Immigration chief. Now, the Nigerian Immigration Services has just appointed a new Comptroller General. Let me bring out his name so that. His name is Issa Idris. He has just been appointed. And the man was in Lagos here. And he came incognito. Am I right?
Yes, incognito.
Yes. He came incognito. He arrived in Lagos, he went to passport office in Ikeja. He presented himself as an applicant because he did not come in uniform, and all his PA and everyone with him did not wear uniform. He presented himself as an applicant, and they directed him through the process. And they told him, is it the first one you want or the delay one? The one of government which you will capture here, it comes slow. Oga, which one do you want? He said that if I can get it even 48 hours. He came to Ikoyi. In one of the places they gave him charges that if he wants it fast, we pay the amount. And of course, he submitted himself to all the rigors. He brought the money out, they captured the money, they took it to a place, he filled all the form and did everything. I would have loved him to personally narrate this story here this morning. But unfortunately, he left early this morning to Switzerland. He should be maybe, okay, not yet. The plane is departing will be departing around 11.
I'm sure he will come here and you will invite him.
No. We spoke at last yesterday.
Okay.
He will definitely come here. Yeah. So to explain, I have never seen such before in places of government, what do you call this one? Institutions. Is he setting a record which he might be able to follow to the end, or a trick of this gara to capture attention that I'm ready to take it? I really want to question him, and I told him yesterday when we were talking that I want to question you on that. But whatever happened, he knew the problem from inside. So he now went out. He said, the money be overcharged because you are not paying for the new enhanced e-passport. It's 25,000 naira. For 25,000.
That's official price.
25,000 naira.
Real price is not 25,000.
That is not the real price.
That's official price.
But you know, your daddy has never gone for any passport.
That is not the real price.
I'm sure if we have callers calling, they'll tell you that they didn't pay 25.
3 years ago, I know how much I paid 3 years ago. 25.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So the man, Issa Idris,
yes, sir,
is on his way for reformation, because when we spoke, he told me a lot of things he has in mind to do. May God help him. What I told him yesterday is that I'm afraid the Nigerian system might compromise you. I'm afraid. You will sit in your office in Abuja. You will give the directives.
Yeah.
But the directives in most cases are being compromised. When shall we come out of the bush?
I hope he will not be like the same man that said he will turn stone to bread.
Okay.
I hope his story will not be like that.
So, it is well. I don't think I can go beyond this one. Federal government blames Nnamdi Kanu for... there were more of it now. Abubakar Malami, after charging Kanu to court again, because he is more taking... Now went to address press conference. What has that got to do with... is there no law of prejudice? You just charge the man. Then he now sat before the press. And you are blaming him for everything in this world, including the Oba of Lagos Palace invaded and a coffin. I don't know. Those children, even they get hurt too. But the staff
the staff of office
taken from there. It's no more here. It's, if he wants to know, I can tell you the house address in London. So the thing is kept to. It has crossed over. If the Oba will call. Being a former policeman, he retired as Assistant Inspector General Police. He will know how to give cola nut. Let him come. So I will tell you the address of the house where that stuff was. So I don't know how you will now blame me, Carlo Nandi, for the area boys that invaded their king palace. Let us face some facts. Would there be any Igbo young man in that parade that day of SARS must go into the palace? Any money needs any. So, but where the staff of office is now, I can tell the man, if Adu, he can come and see us. He should see me through you. Oh my God. Obasanjo third chance, how it was aborted by Ken Nnamani. I must give Ken Nnamani kudos. I will stop it here. I will discuss Ken Nnamani and the abortion of Obasanjo third tenure. But Nnamani regretted something. The inability of that Senate to rejuvenate the Constitution. But Nnamani played a very good role. Let me say this last. On that night that the Senate was to resume sitting, to now look into the third thing, as usual, the plane was sent to Enugu to pick Nnamani. But Nnamani, very, very cautious of his security, did not take the plane. He left Enugu by 2 a.m., drove all night. He cognito again into Abuja. Because a lot of things could happen.
Unrecognized.
But yes, but 40 billion was lost into that agenda. 40 billion was lost into that agenda. And Aminu, what's the name of the governor of Katsina State? Aminu Masari played because he was the speaker, House of Representatives.
What about the vice president then?
No, hold on. The vice president played a very good role because he pulled all the forces in the north together to demystify powers of Ikubesi.
Yes.
Then Raymond Dopesi played a very, very great role by releasing AIT to beam on the discussion of the whole day. So, and this was why most senators that had taken a good year behind could not stand up to talk. Then the last, I'm mentioning those who played the role. The last one was the ministers of the Niger Delta. Because every state in the Niger Delta, the leadership of the militants there signed, two of their leaders signed a letter. And the letter they signed told their representative, that is their senator from those 6 zones, the states that signed the letter. Because as we talk now, in my archives, I think a copy of the letter will still be there. Photocopy. Delta, no. Edo, Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and
Ondo?
No, Ondo. Akwa Ibom and Rivers.
Okay.
You know, Ondo and many other Niger Delta states are the nebulously packaged Niger Delta. Otherwise, the geographical Niger Delta, we know the history.
Oh, Daddy, what do you mean by nebulous? Because I'm from Ondo State.
Take it easy.
And
I did not invite you here to come and argue with
Daddy,
me.
I am a proud Nigerian.
So
and I have cousin, nephew that are Etakibuebu. I know do more than I don't do more than you. Yes, I do.
Hey, I don't do more than you. So the Niger Delta militants signed 2 from each state, telling their leaders in the Senate that approve a tenure elongation, then you have no place to coming back to. And before you go and approve it, please remove all your relations from our state or from our zone. And that letter was published by 5 national newspapers, which included the Punch, the Vanguard, Disney, Guardian, and which other paper now? 5 of them published it. And the late Future Williams, who was a candidate or incoming candidate of the PDP then, was in my house when he saw the newspaper, the 5 newspaper. He read that there is God the Ele Igao that be pekini ti ko. I said yes on that day. And they were published. And who brought the letter from the creeks, I will not mention here. But so this is so Kenna Money. When he said he did his very, very best. Because if he had compromised, the work would have been difficult for the Niger Delta Minister, it could have been difficult for the Vice President, it could have been difficult for AIT, and difficult for many others. And Raymond Dokpesi had a synergy with this speaker. And when I was invited to BBC to discuss the matter, it was Raymond Dokpesi that made it faster for me. When I was did I say BBC? Okay, do you have BBC in Ikoyi here? I don't know. Because a few minutes ago I said I have no passport. How did I get to BBC? I don't know. Okay. We shall soon come to you. But I've overshot the bounds of this matter. Yes. Please, can you open the line? But you will give me 10 minutes to the end of it. Please, we will revert back to finishing our matters. Go ahead.
All right, so numbers to call, 0809-234-5913. That's the WhatsApp number of the station as well. You can use that to get to us. And remember that when you call us on the numbers, you turn off your radio. Also call 0809-222-0913 and 0809-191-3913. And you can also join us on the landline numbers 015150-913 and 015151-913. So I'll start with the phone lines today before going to our friends with a pen. Hello, good morning.
Hey, the Guru.
Yes, sir.
I greet you, sir.
I salute you. Is that
Uche?
The Guru, I know you can't remember my voice.
Sorry,
How do I greet you too?
Wait, Uche, please, where are you now? Because the roads from Apapa down to Ushodi, they were blocked totally on Saturday by trailers that are back.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, the Guru, you know we've been working in Apapa for long, so some of us know how to meander out. I'm already in Apapa.
I beg now, Kada carry you. Not the Kada carry you.
And good morning to our good friend Etakibuebu, who is always tweeting and texting. Today we are hearing his voice.
Mr. Uche.
I greet you, sir.
I greet you, my brother. I want to ask you one question.
Okay.
Have you joined the Friends of Guru?
I will join. I was coming to that.
You will join?
You know I'm a friend of the Guru already now.
You are not yet. If you are
no.
Go ahead. You have half a minute now.
Okay, half a minute. Okay. The Guru, I asked Ado a question in the morning, and I would like you to weigh into this question too. The jailbreak that happened in Oyo State, who did it? Because if this was in the southeast, everybody would have been screaming, oh, it's IPOB, we know. Now it has happened in the southwest. And I also hear that yesterday, some people were kidnapped in a church in Ogun. Now, who are the people doing these things? We need to know.
Okay.
That's the question I'm asking.
I do answer you when the time comes.
I do is looking for the answer too. Hello, good morning.
Very good morning, all of you in the studio.
Yes.
Adu.
Good morning.
You don't see Guru this morning, Abi?
Yes, I have.
Prince
and our Wadego is there too.
Good morning, sir.
How are you, my dear?
It's a pleasure.
Okay. God bless all of you.
We have shortage of time, so you have half a minute, please. Prince Fires.
I'm a friend of the Guru. Yes. I've already shared my own due.
Wow.
2 months has been paid.
That is fantastic.
So, I want to say this is Etakibuebu.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you, my dear. You see, Mr. Guru, you
But it's not a bribe for you to go beyond half a minute.
I really understand you.
Okay.
But what is very clear to me, this Pandora matter, you know, Telodo is there. My state governor, also state, is in here. Matter is denied that I want to do investigation. Telodo, as it is a former minister. The former governor of Anambra State is denied that there are anything wrong. But CCT should step in. Let us know who is right and who is wrong. Because when we talk of corruption in this country, it put us where we are today. And if we fail to change the mortal core of corruption, we go nowhere.
Okay.
Even yesterday, the former secretary to the federal government, former Senate president was invited by EFCC. So all of them, let's have pressure to try all those who stole our Commonwealth. This is why we stop this morning. I'll be blessed in your
God
studio.
bless you. Thank you very much.
One more before we go to the phone to WhatsApp. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Ogadu, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Tunde. How are you?
Fine. I'm happy you are back.
Good to hear your voice.
Daddy Guru.
I salute you, sir.
Your Excellency, sir. Your days will prolong, sir.
Amen. Thank you very much. Amen.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Tunde,
And I greet, sir.
I hope you have joined the friend of the Guru.
Yes, of course.
And you have done, you have done the needful.
Yes, sir. I've done it.
We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Daddy Guru.
Yes, sir.
I personally have lost hope in this country. Especially when there is no direction. Even people that you thought that when they get there, they will turn the table around. I voted for Buhari in 2015 because of his cry in 2011 that I miss it again. He was crying like a baby. So I thought that yes, this man has learned a lesson and he will turn table around. But now he got there, he has the opportunity and things is going down. You want to talk about security? What he promised us was three things. He said corruption, the economy of Nigeria, and security.
Yes.
The three areas he has failed willfully. And the thing is even worse than when he met how he met it. So that's why I said this country, nothing will change until God intervenes. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
All right, let's go over now to our friends with the pen. Or father.
It's going to be minus Adegoyega.
Oh, yes, definitely minus
I'm right here in the
Adegoyega.
studio.
I wonder why Wakili was kept on trial for a long time in such an old, poorly secured and secluded correctional facility. On a more secured one, such as the one at Agodi in Ibadan, is there. One can imagine what the level of apprehension about his whereabouts is now in the Parakpa area, in particular, and Southwest in general. Okay, that's on the heels of the prison break. This person just says, good morning, Adu and the Guru. Thank you very much. Kunle from Aja says, good morning, Guru. I'm an ardent listener of your program, but at times when it comes to the matter of James Ibori in Delta State, you're quick to label other politicians political thieves, but you have never said the same of James Ibori, who is an ex-convict, but always praising and eulogizing him. This is double standards to me.
Okay, thank you very much. We are entitled to your own opinion today. This morning, we're discussing those on the Pandora papers and other things. Ibori never came on there. And of course, I had given accolade to Ibori 2 times. One was for his birthday, then the other one when I was discussing the gods of the land, politically speaking, in Delta State. And I have my right to do that. You have your right to criticize me. Keep the criticism on. I love you for that. God bless you.
Oyin from Finland says, to understand Nigeria, we must understand the modus operandi of mafias. What we have in Nigeria are individuals running the country like mafias. There's a conspiracy between the political elites, economic elites, and religious elites to maintain status quo. How would the Nigerian politician campaign if Nigeria gets better? If the roads are fixed, how will a politician campaign? What will he or she campaign with? The country is being deprived on purpose. Good morning, Professor Guru, this person says. And Adu, David from Ojigo, says, please, I will appreciate it if Oga Guru can further speak on happenings at American Embassy regarding visa interview timing. Thanks for your care. Welcome to Adu. I would have wished he visited places like Elisha and Ekiti, home of pounded yam, grass cutter, and Oguro, okay. Raffia palm wine. It says, after a daily dose of these stuffs, his Yoruba intonation would have become very... David, you're looking for trouble. All right, let's take one more on WhatsApp. Malami will soon blame innocent Nnamdi Kanu for recent prison break in Oyo Correctional Facility. Release innocent Nnamdi Kanu because he committed no crime. Leo from Lagos is speaking.
Now, somebody just spoke now and talk. Okay, the American Embassy. I'm on it. I can show you that I'm on it. And I will try my very best, if possible, to bring an official of the embassy to this studio.
Honestly, that is what I really want to discuss with you. We need to...
We will discuss that off air.
We need to find out what is going on.
What will go off air?
With our American embassy.
So, for you, I'm on it, and we shall all hear the outcome. Go ahead.
All right, quickly to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Adu. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Peter.
Yeah, the Guru, good morning. And my brother, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, please, let me ask this question. If the bandits attended the training organized by Boko Haram and the modern arms of the terrorists, what should we call them? If I'm not identifying with them, would I attend the training? Because I'm looking at Mr. President dragging his feet in declaring these bandit terrorists that the 36 speakers have also added their voices to all Nigerians and even the international community. I'm just seeing this game as you having a Lagos State government, you have Ministry of Finance, you have Ministry of Works. So I think in the whole terrorism structure, I just see the bandits and the terrorists as their Ministry of Finance.
Okay,
and then I see the Headman Carrier 47 as the Ministry of Agriculture.
Thank you, sir. Time. We should be cautious of time. Take one more call, please. One more.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Akman speaking.
Akman, good to have you.
The Guru.
I salute you, my brother.
They have got them. They like it or not. It's a big shame, the Guru. I've said this before. I will never kill the Naira, but I will murder the Naira. You're fighting corruption. You just make all your followers look stupid in the public. You make them to look helpless. The Guru, the government are going to spend how many billions for generator? Yet they build a power station in Calabar without a gas pipeline. There's no gas pipeline to that place. There's no allocation of gas to that place. It's just there dying. Because you know more than I know.
I don't know much.
It's a shame to the leader of this country.
Thank you very much.
The Guru, I don't have passport too. I want snap one too.
Okay.
So I'll follow you and get there.
No problem.
Hold your 25,000 there.
Yes, I can tell you authoritatively. If you want to follow me there to get your passport, hold your 25,000 naira. You are not going to pay because I will not pay for you.
I will be glad to do so.
I do. If you want for 10 people, let them hold their 25,000 naira. And you ask my son, I will send you there. And all of them will get it within 48 hours for the 25,000 naira.
When my own expires.
I know you go back to the source where you go. No. All right. So now, thank you very much, listeners. Time really would always stand against us in this program, and we are grateful. No, you have a reason for coming here today. We spoke. Let me introduce him once again. He's the one who advocated friends of the Guru when he sent in a WhatsApp message and they made a call. And based on that, we pick it up. Many joined. So he is first of the patrons of Friends of the Guru, which was launched on the 4th of October, that 21 days ago exactly today. So, Dan Ladi, the second patron, spoke with you last week, Tuesday. Then next week, Monday, the matron, Mrs. Barrister Chinyere Elisha, will be in the studio here. She will discuss things with us and speak with you in her capacity as matron of the Friends of the Guru. Boyega, you have the next 3 minutes, which is yours.
Daddy, I want to thank you once again for the privilege given to me to be on here, to be right here in the studio. Honestly, I'm proud to say, proud to be identified with the Friends of Guru. With what we are hearing every Monday, this is a big project that we need to fund. So many things I didn't know before, I'm hearing this morning again. It's very deep. And this information is not just from the Google. It's from the basis of being an investigative journalist. And we need to fund this project. And if we must retain this source of information, if we want to continue to hear this information that is very deep, that is very rare, hardly you can hear information like this on radio. Hardly you can hear information that is coming from you, Daddy Guru, from radio. Hardly. This is the only station right now, I'm boldly to say, that we can hear depth information concerning issue that is not known to us. And that is why we come up with these Friends of the Guru. If you are listening to my voice this morning, good Nigerians, we need your support, and we want you to join the Friends of the Guru. Just go to your Telegram, type the Friends of the Guru. Join, then do the needful. And what is that? 1,000 every month. And if you have more than that, we will accept. Please, we want the Guru to continue to dish out this information. Like what you sent on the Friends of the Guru, sir. On the Delegiwa case. Wow. It was wow. It was so deep. Many of us don't even know what transpired. We don't know the background of what goes behind the
Delegiwa matter.
The Delegiwa matter. But through that information that you sent on that page, wow, it's very deep. That is why you good listeners must join the Friends of the Guru, so that you can have more access to good information about what is happening now, about what has happened before, and about what is going to happen in the next coming years. So we are pleading and we are asking people to join the Friends of the Guru and make their donations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Adegboyega Adedeji. Somebody told me that it's a retired army general, one of those well-enlisted general from Nigeria. He told me that he had gathered about 4 retired generals who would, he called it Compendium, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, like the Delegiwa matter. That I wrote that article on, it was published on the 16th of November 2015. And because I had been under pressure to please tell the world what went into Delegiwa, his death, what made the death plan against him possible, and why his life was terminated by the second Pasu bomb. Because the first one was in South Africa, Delegiwa was the second one. Now, but I refused, because it is not everything the hunter sees in his expeditions in the forest that he comes back to town to stay. Etim Okon Inyang, the retired Inspector General of Police, before Gambo took over, who is now late, once told me, because when I was so close to him, very, very close to him, so on the night of his retiring, We were together, we were enjoying ourselves. Then I told him the plans I have. Then he told me, no, he said, we are traveling because we traveled to Oron. The second day he was pulled out together. So in Oron, he now told me, why I declined that thing, my son, is that I am like a hunter that spent 40 years in the forest without coming to the village, without even coming to the hamlet. He said, tell me, in that 40 years that I remain perpetually in the forest, what type of animal would have escaped my view? He said, I've seen it all. So I found it difficult now to talk. So that is why 2015, when I wrote that Didigua was dead for 29 years, I told myself for 29 years. But I must add this. Writing the whole thing, I did not release it for publication until I was in the United States of America, and I knew I was going to stay for 4 months without coming to Nigeria. But more will still come like those things, and there are more things to be done. And so thank you very much for being a patron of Friends of the Guru. So you've heard it all, and I do. Shall I not be welcoming you back continuously and continually?
Don't worry, looking fresh.
Oh,
no, you don't have to.
The Swave Man.
Oh God. And somebody gave testimony concerning Adu today.
Oh, really?
The person said, if I were not to be married and Adu is not married, he said, sir, I love Adu. I love Adu.
Who is that, Daddy?
He's, you want me to come here to say that? Then I would have disqualified myself for being a daddy. But he added a word. He said, but the most important thing I love him, apart from the body and everything, that he has fear of God. And that's one of the greatest testimony, having fear of God. Then I told her where the widow that the 2 sons were to be taken into captivity because of death to the man, the husband who before he died, approached Prophet Elisha, approached Prophet Elisha. Her testimony was one, say, you know my husband is dead, and is one of the sons of the prophet, and you know my husband served God.
Wow.
Elisha could not afford it. It made Elisha to go into services from the material side to the spiritual side. The first question is that, what would you want me to do for you? The woman was delayed. She was going to lose the opportunity. The next question, what do you have in your hands?
What do you have? Yes.
So that testimony was given of my son this morning.
Keep
it up.
Thank you,
Swave Man with the sweet voice.
Praise me and your and your associate. Thank you for the way you handle the cameras and Kwanko. So, Boyega, you are welcome again. You are welcome. I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you. You will be continually being a blessing to my ministry and to the people's ministry.
I'm proud to be identified with.
And the Friends of the Guru, I enjoy some privileges.
Yes,
because there are some news that we now upload.
That is coming out on that page.
Others are not enjoying
it.
And there may be more to come. There may be more. There shall be more to come.
We're about 2,000 now.
Yes, about 2,000.
2,000 now.
Where, like Danladi said here, Danladi said that as of now, Danladi said 2/3 of Uber drivers in Lagos are listed to the Guru.
Wow.
That's the testimony he gave here.
Wow.
So please, join Friends of the Guru, but be committed. We are talking of just 1,000 naira in a month, not in a week, not in a day. Every person can pay that very comfortably. So I shall still be here tomorrow with my son for the Morning Digest. Yes. I shall, by the grace of God, be here on Wednesday for the Morning Digest. But until we shall meet on this platform again, which is next week, Monday, keep yourself out of trouble. Bye-bye.